Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be covering some recent changes to AdWords. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. We're talking about changes coming to AdWords. Specifically, Google will be applying close variant keyword matching to all exact and phrase match keywords coming up. So that's a mouthful, Chad. So let's get into this close variant keyword matching. Well, this actually is a feature that exists in AdWords today, and it's currently the default setting for campaigns. So you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal? Well, as of this change coming in later September, you will no longer be able to opt out of close variant keyword matching. So this means that your ads might start showing up on plural versions and variations of things that might be similar to the keywords that you bid on, that if you had opted out of this feature, you wouldn't have seen. So the rationale here, let's talk about what Google is saying. Google says that close variants will allow you to reach more of your customers with the right ad, lower the cost per click, and improve the click-through rate. But as we've been watching this unfold, Chad, apparently the PPC community has really been pretty unhappy about it. There was a collective roar of disapproval about this announcement and quite a bit of action on Twitter, initiating a change.org petition. So I guess my question for you, Chad, this afternoon is, why are the advertisers so upset?
Well, it's a great question, and it's one of these things where for the people who really are digging into the minute details of their campaigns, which you really should be doing, they are able to ferret out of the data that Google provides these very subtle differences, that a plural has a better conversion rate than the singular, and that maybe a misspelling somehow doesn't have as good of a conversion rate as the actual spelling. So all this information is by people who are managing very large and complex campaigns. They have the manpower to sort and sift through this data and really want that granular control. Well, what Google, of course, on the other side is trying to figure out is how do they get more of these advertisers to show their ads in front of people who may want their product. And so Google's always trying to find ways, of course, to increase the number of ads that people see, make it easier for advertisers to advertise. And there was a big uproar, if you remember, Adam, I think it was last year, where Google started to, by default, it made you consolidate your campaigns and not be able to have just display and just keyword campaigns. So I think this is an ongoing thing where Google, and when they rolled out this change, they gave the advertiser the control to either opt in or opt out of this extra matching option. But basically, we're now probably 6 to 8 months into it, and Google's saying, okay, we're going to take away that ability to opt out because we want those ads in front of our users, because we need to increase our revenues and show the street that we're still growing and that we can get more people clicking on our ads. So I think that's probably the underlying story, is that the people who really know it don't want Google to do this, but Google's doing it because they need these ads and they need to show that they're still growing their book.
And they're in such a dominant position, Chad, with so much market share. I'm not totally sure there's a lot we can do about it, but that's our coverage today of this close variant keyword matching change that's happening. I think the proof ultimately on whether this helps the consumer or the advertiser will be in whether their cost per action does indeed come down, and I'm sure we'll keep an eye on that. We sure would be interested in your thoughts. We hope you'll drop us a comment, jump into our forums, and join the discussion. And as always, we do ask you to subscribe because we shoot these every day. We'd love to see you back real soon.